Welcome gamers to Glorious Companions. This is a game that I'm going to be actually doing a tournament in just a number of days actually. So I've got some timing for that one. I'll maybe just talk a little bit about the game, what it is, what it does do. This will only be a shortish video really. It's more of an announcement about the tournament in case you wanted to sort of jump into my Twitch channel at that point in time and cheer me on as I go up against other YouTubers. But there is actually I will be actually putting this, the tournament will then be recorded and I will then put it onto my channel at the end of the week essentially. So anyway, that's where we are with that one, but I'll talk more about the tournament as we get to it. So Glorious Companions, what is it? How does it work? It's basically an open world RPG or like tactical RPG. These the tactical battles are not scripted at all. Like basically, you do need to sort of then run your way through it. So I shouldn't say at all because there is a couple at the start, just as tutorial type missions. I'll show you what it is actually. So if I just go into new game. Now, there will be two factions coming. I've got a special build mainly for the tournament that we're going to be playing. But what we have is we have two races that will be part of the base game. If I click on Valrene, that's the only one I have to choose from in here. There also is a lizard man race as well. So this is the Valrene are humans living in the western and northern parts of Tuscara Island. So you're playing on an island. I'll show you that as well when we get into it. Let's just go next. And you've got different characters, so I've got sort of like a trapper in through here. I'll talk about this when we get into the tournament stuff as well, like just the strength, agility, defense, mind, swiftness, action points. Very Dungeons and Dragons like, I guess, in that sort of sense. And look, there's a lot in it in terms of choosing which way you want to go. Blade Dancer is going to be is somebody that's a little bit different. You can see there the trapper has got more strength. Blade Dancer starts off with more agility, so this is sort of like more being able to dodge. The veteran back in through there is actually, I'm surprised that the strength is lower than that one through there, because this one I thought was the sort of like the strongest, like almost like the brute force guy, but maybe I may be wrong about that one. I'm still learning my way. I'm very much a babe in the wood with this one, but I did want to get this video out because I wanted to explain. If you do want to watch, then I'll give you the times for that as well. And then we've got an engineer in through there as well. So look, what I might do is I might just choose her in this particular one. You can see there that we've got company attributes like first aid +1, increases the chance of your companion not dying after receiving a fatal wound, and construction, so increases the speed of constructing buildings in settlements. And so she is much more of a support type character. Actually, the veteran, tactics +1, spoil +1, and so this one increases the size of your spawn zone. Okay, that's interesting. Spawn zone in the tactical battles is where you set up. We've got the Blade Dancer as well, intelligence +1 and wayfaring. Increases your movement speed. Yeah, actually, look, I might choose her. I'll choose her to go through. The reason I'm not going to be choosing the trapper is because the initial characters that we come across and that then join our forces tend to be trappers. So I'm going to go back to Blade Dancer, and we'll just choose that one through there. Now we can choose some traits as well. We've got different sorts of skills that sort of show off on the side there. These come later on, but if we go to this one here, tough and dense. Dense is mind increased by 1. Cunning but an oath. So switching weapons costs an additional 2 action points, but cunning gain 25% more experience. That would actually be pretty good. I might do that one actually. I'll just grab that one for now. So just go next. And I haven't really figured out the best way of doing this one. So it's funny. There's no sort of random name aspect. So I'll just call it DasTactic because I can't think of anything. I've only just woken up, and the crew will be the name of this particular one. You can see the banner in the background through there. As I change the colours, it will then sort of chop and change as well. Just go back to red. That'll do. Okay, emblem colour, that's all fine. You've got different faces and things as well, but they're essentially the same character all the way through. And then the hair as well, just different sort of hairstyles. So you don't have a real lot of customization, but you don't really need it, to be honest. So let's just go start. And so, yeah, so you can see there that it's got like different tips. Now, I've got to say that the loading screens in this build are taking a little bit of time to load in. So I'm not sure if that will be the case in the final game, but you know, it's a fairly sort of doesn't take all that long. I'm going to skip past all this. This is the backstory. You can skip to continue. There we are. So we've just gotten past all that. It's just telling you the state of the world, as is normally the case. And I don't want this to be a playthrough in any sense. I just want to show what the game has got, just so you can sort of make your own mind up. Okay, we'll just end the conversation. It's not a dialogue heavy game. It's quite streamlined. It's very much like Battle Brothers, except that it doesn't have a random map. So this is just a tutorial. I'll just go through WASD keys, and we can just rotate. It can be rotated by clicking the middle mouse button. So it's just going through, you know, sort of how we can then sort of have a look at different things that are happening. So again, just telling us what to do. But in this case, what we want to do is, do we need to go anywhere? Yeah, I'll try to get at least one fight done. There's one fight at the very start that is that we probably want to sort of get done. If I just click on the ground there somewhere. So just running, she's just running on her own. Oh, there's a this is like those stone things that we sort of saw there at the start. Funny, I'll just go to the map and just see if there's anywhere we're supposed to go. So this is the actual map of the location. So we've got this location. We started off in Rendar. We're not seeing any quests yet, but there is actually something back over here. So maybe I'll go that way and have a look at that particular quest. So I think I'm actually, because I did play the tutorial, it's allowed me just to start off in a city called Rendar. Maybe I should show a few of these little things as well. But this is sort of like a map of this particular island, and so it's open world. You can do whatever you like, which is pretty cool. And it's a tactical RPG. So if we just go and press escape again, I'll go back the other way. When I click, the timer goes on, and then it freezes when I stop. So it's not as if time just keeps on running forward. I'll go into Rendar, so you can sort of see how this one with them works. Oh wow, they've actually really improved this. I haven't actually played it since they gave us the build that we've got that we're going to be sort of competing with. But this is unbelievable. Last time I played it, it only had the flea market, the tavern, and the quest board. It didn't have all these other different things that were actually in here. And so these can be built. So new trapper recruits train here. You can recruit them from the tavern or train them in the training field. Actually, is that the trapper recruits? That may be, I'm not sure, of jail. Would that be where we get them from? I'm not sure. This has literally only just been added in. Like literally only been, like it's just come in. So you could. So leave your companions here to earn money and ranks. The training field, you can train some units using the city facilities, the inn, sleep and rest, recovery. That's just cool. Monks living in here can heal your wounded. Quest board, of course. The tavern is where full of shady character wanderers and opportunistic recruits. Let's just go and grab some. And so this is sort of like the Lizardmen style units. This one is 120 per week, but it costs more than what I've got. If I just I've got 600 gold. I don't think I can get any of these. No, these are all too expensive for me. Oh, this is so much more. This is so much more than what it was. Wow, this is it's impressive. Last time I played it, there was like 3 characters or something like that, or 1 or 2 characters. The flea market is where we can go and buy equipment as well. So we've got our current inventory, which again, like Battle Brothers, if you're sort of familiar with Battle Brothers, has got different sorts of things that we actually then have in through here as well. So we've got sort of like crafting materials. We've got basic bread for food. So we're really on our own at this point in time. So I'll see if I can get a fight, just so you can sort of see what's going on there. If I go this way, just go along this road, expose the fog. Oh, there's wolves. 4 wolves. Okay, let's go and chase them down. Here they are. Okay, so you've heard their howling and barking for some time already, but they're very close now. You can see a pack of wolves scattered behind a line of trees, their red eyes glowing in the shadows. So charge the enemies. So just on our own, this is not going to end well. You already have, well, we don't have any. It's just us. It's just us. Okay. We'll do what we can. I should have shown the inventory. There's a lot of different aspects to it, but this will just give you a bit of a feel for the combat. So it's now building the zone. So deployment phase. Each battle begins with the deployment phase. So this is sort of the way things work. You just bring your characters in. So just go continue, and protect your captain. Captain is the most important, and the captain is the one we're going to be going in with. So we've come in this way, and we're going to be then fighting down this other side. Now I'm just going to go and place it there. That's all we have. So now the way it works is that they, like in this particular one, the enemy will tend to have the first turn. So most actions that you perform action points. I won't go through all this stuff. It is nicely done. Like it's sort of showing you what to do. And the tactical battles are pretty cool, I've got to say. You can see there that if there's ranged attacks, there's complete. It's very much like XCOM in this sort of sense. There's a half block coming from the front there. I might charge into here actually, because this is going to be hard for them to get in behind me. So and then I've got the facing. So let's just face out. So we're going to be facing this way. Facing is important in this as well. So from a tactical perspective, that's very, very cool. End our turn by pressing space twice. And I'm just going to stay here until the wolves find me. I don't think there's anywhere else. Is there anywhere else I can go that will block off? There's nowhere. They can't really get in behind there, I don't think. Or maybe they can. There's a double block there. Let's just move that one. Here they are. Combat damage. And so we now have our attacks. I don't want to be moving up, but sometimes we'll have like different abilities we can bring back through here. We've only got a broadsword in this case. We also have Berserk Rush. So cast an offensive aura in a three tile radius. Affected units become enraged and have their speed increased by 1 and first hitting accuracy by 17. So this is actually something that we then do like just to inspire our own group. But I'll just attack this one. Now it comes down to action points. You can see there's 8 action points in through here. We've got 19, which means I'm going to hit twice. The actual movement points are about half of your action points, so you don't get to move anywhere near as much as the actual full 19 as such. And so moving anywhere, you can see up the top there the action points, top right. 2 action points to move to that one through there. That tends to be sort of yes, trespassing enemy control zone will suffer some enemy bonus attacks. So it's telling you all the information. It's very good in that sort of sense, in that it does give you lots of detail. So we're going to do between 25 and 29 damage. The hit chance is 71%. That's accuracy versus defense. So we've got high accuracy versus that low defense that they've actually then got. There's defense and dodge in the game, and it uses one or the other, but it managed to dodge out of the way. So get melee combat. That one it dodged. We'll try that again. That time we did do some damage. This is the leader. If you destroy the leader in a tournament, you win the tournament. If you destroy the leader in the open world like this, what it does do is it essentially just means that the others then fight in a weakened state. So we'll end our turn in here. We managed to dodge that one. We missed that one. We're actually doing pretty well health-wise. Oh, that hurt. Just keep on going after the leader. One more hit, and that one's now gone. So killing enemies, the On top of the obvious advantage of having to deal with less opponents, killing enemy units grants your companions additional experience points. The exact amount depends on the unit's contribution to the kill. You also have a chance to loot items from the enemy warriors that you're knocked out in battle. Okay, so this is not that that's going to help us that much. So we're everything else is, we're still doing okay in here. Only got 3 more action points in through this other side. I'm thinking what I could do would be to actually move back to here. They're still, like, they may come around the side. Let's just see what actually happens if we just go back to here. Again, the facing is so important. They had a bonus attack, but we managed to dodge it. I forgot about the bonus attack. These will now have, they'll now fight. To see there's like a little, it's very hard to sort of see it, but that, whatever that is there, suffers from reduced accuracy defensive combat skills due to captain's death. There we go. So that's, and runs away in fear and loses all action points. Resolved to, yeah, okay, so let's just go and end our turn there. So they've got fear. Alright, so now we're just fighting just the one. We've got a 72% chance of actually hitting this one. And 2 hits. And that one's down. The others should come back. Now we can't see, I like this as well. Like you've actually got an area that we can't see the unit that was in behind. So I'm just going to go and move to here. And we'll just face back this way. Still not seeing it, so I'm not sure where that one got to. Let's just wait and see what actually happens. Alright, so we can hit this one, 69%. Dodged out of the way. 2 dodges, unfortunately. Just stay where I am. Oh, that one hurt. Got a 72 there, but this one's doing the most damage. Oh, it's got more hit points. Come on, one more hit. Good, that one's down as well. Alright. Yeah, this one doesn't do as much damage. That's good. Okay, I think we're going to get through this one pretty well unscathed. There we go, we did it. So we win the battle. We didn't actually have a troop, but we had ourselves. And we've just gone up a level as well. So I can show a few of these little different bits and pieces. I don't want to spend too much time with this, but you get the idea anyway. So I'll just go continue. We'll be talking about this custom battle mode. Actually, that's really what I'm going to be dealing with in the upcoming tournament. All right, so we've got that one through there. It'd be cool if there was a way to turn off the trees. I haven't had a good look to see if there is. All right, so in this case, we've suffered a little bit of damage ourselves. We've now up to 1,000 gold with what we actually have in through here. Let's have a look at. We've looked at the map. The company overview is literally just ourselves. So, and it's just giving us more sort of tips about this one through here. The company is like a character as well. Like you've got your characters which you level up and deal with, but your company as well levels up and allows you to actually have then more people unlocked to then join your company. And so you've got like the different groups that do come through. Each of the actual characters as well, and I won't spend too much time with this one, but the company attributes, I've got like 2 that I can spend. And so if I go into leadership, for example, it'll tell me increase the maximum company size, trading, increase your ability to barter for better prices, tactics, etc., etc., etc. Let's just go and bunch up 1 first aid, and maybe we have had intelligence through there as well. We started off with wayfaring and intelligence. Maybe I'll just go trading, because initially we don't need the extra slots. We have to fill them up. So that's now been used up. So we're now at level 2 in the crew, and then for our actual characters as well, we leveled up in through here as well. So I can go through and either do it from the company overview, or I can just go into the actual characters themselves. We also have your stash, which is sort of like a global grouping of what we've actually picked up. So there's things, for example, like the band-aids. We can actually use these, these bandages to sort of heal ourselves up a little bit. You can see there our actual our damage that to us is actually still kicked in. I'll talk about this more often when we do the next thing in through there. That's the inventory. Then we go back to the character screen, which is the same as pressing character here. So we go to the character. We've got the attributes back and through there. So we've actually now got like we can boost the attributes. I should have done this at the start, to be honest, because there's less there than what we had. I'll just get the now as we go up to a certain amount, the attribute points will then it'll be 2 of these attribute points that we then have to make use of. Agility. I'm just going to go until we start to get the 2s coming through. Mind. I'll just get that on up a little bit to get to 10 health points. This is our hit points. Just go and grab that as well. So we just boost those up. We've got our traits. Abilities, we can sort of then go and have a look at this one through here. We've got Parry, Blade Master, Shield Mastery. In this case, I'll go to Blade Master and learn that one. So we had one of those we could then go and learn. This is our combat stats, sort of everything combined together from our inventory, to the equipment that we're actually using, the skill points that we have. This is all then changes, and I will talk about this when we get into the actual character development. Again, I don't want to spend too much time with this. In fact, I think I've probably done enough. The other thing we haven't looked at here is camping and also the journal. The journal would just tell you like your main quests, side quests, completed quests. There is a tutorial there as well. And then camping will allow you to then go in and basically like heal up the character. So for example, for me, I can just move myself into the first aid area and just set up camp. And so we're then going to camp there for a night. And when it's done, you've rested, and we healed ourselves for 15 hit points. So that's sort of where we are there. That's enough so you get a feel for that aspect of the game. Let's now talk a little bit about the tournament itself. So that's still running forward. If I just move off, yeah, now it's frozen. Okay, we've got deers and stuff like that. You can hunt and things like this as well. Anyway, let's get it back out of there. We'll just go and exit. So that gives you a very, very basic idea of the main game. But what I'll be playing, and I'll tell you the timing now, actually. I should have done this at the start. So I've just got a number of common times, that this stream will be happening. I'm in Brisbane time, which is different to the East Coast time. So if you happen to be up in Australia, like I'm going to be playing at 3 a.m. my time, which is my normal time. It's not even 3 a.m. at the moment while I'm recording. So anyway, it's the this is the time that I normally stream. So that will then equate to 5 p.m. in British time or GMT time. Central European time, 6 p.m. The Pacific time will be 9 a.m. or the Eastern Standard Time will be 12 p.m. So 12 noon Eastern. This will actually be on December the 11th all the way through, unless you happen to be in Australia, in which case it'll be December the 12th. So that's the date, December the 11th, and so pretty much GMT time. It's going to be 5 p.m. On December the 11th GMT. So I hope that sort of gives you some guidance. That'll be on my Twitch channel. It's just twitch.tv/DasTactic, and so that will be a scheduled sort of stream happening in through there. It'll be a tournament, and I'll show you now the tournament details. Right, so rather than just playing the actual game itself, we then have custom battle. And the way that this one works is that you've then got your battle crews that you can sort of go and set up, and I'll show you this maybe after the actual battle itself. So a local battle will then come through, and you then just choose whether it's going to be a novice game, a medium game, or an advanced game. Let's just play novice at this point. You've got like a different point system, so you sort of end up playing with like you can there's preset groups that you can actually then go and use, and you've also then got the actual map that you're playing on as well. This will then sort of have different types of things actually active in the actual game itself. I'll just change my turn timer to unlimited. I'm not sure what the turn time is going to be in the tournament. I'm hoping it's unlimited, to be honest, because I'm a very slow player. We'll just go into a small desert on novice, for example. this is our team. We're going to be, and so I've just got like Steam Punch or Iron Claw. I'll just go Steam Punch in this case. This is actually a battle crew that has been set up, where we end up with one veteran, two trappers, and one blade dancer. And team 2 will then have to take the if we go to computer, that will then, so the AI will then play as Iron Claw, and that will be a group of one warlord, 2 acolytes, and 1 scarling. This will be like lizard men. So that will be who we're up against, and that should be what we have to do. Is we just go and get started. Now, I'm still very green at playing this one, so I'm likely to get my bum absolutely kicked during the tournament. But if you do want to support me and come in and give me some or have a laugh at my expense, that's pretty more the case. So it's just a small battlefield in through here. You can see that there's different areas here that aren't going to be able to. We're not going to be able to protect ourselves all that much from different areas, but we do actually have certain things on the map that will sort of open up. I'll start from the middle through here. That's our main leader. You can see the little leadership through there. We've then got some, this one's got like javelins. I've got a blade dancer. I'll send that one off this other side. And we've got somebody with throwing knives. So we're just going to move that one through there. So even though these are trappers, these have got different sorts of weapons. And I'll show you that I'll just very quickly sort of pretend to build something. It's when it's my turn to play, I can then just sort of move everything forward. Now I want to make sure that I'm under cover, so I'm just going to move that one up to there. Here they come. So they're all together over this other side. So that's the enemy. I can actually fire at this. Now that's their leader. Let's just have a shot. We did start off doing some damage. If we can kill a leader, we win the battle. So that's really the most important thing for us to do. This one can still keep on moving. Now what about you? Where can you move to? If I move him across, and again just face the front, I may be able to bring this one across. Yeah, I can bring that one up just to get a little bit of protection from the front. Blade dancer, just move her. She's got good movement. And he's sort of just off to the side. There's no protection where he is there. Just leave him over here somewhere. I'm sort of hoping that he's far enough out of the fight. Okay, end our turn there again. So he's just used a special ability to buff everyone up. They've used a healing ability. That came off our armor score. That did as well. So they've fired a couple of times there. Right, now this one here is now facing the other way. So I now have a big shot through this other side. So the veteran at level 1, you can see there that the yellow has now gone down. That was the armor. And so I'm just going to go and use the veteran to, I've got an 83% chance of hitting this one. And I've still got 6 action points. I've got 10 left. So let's just do that again. Almost got it. That's a 72% chance. 66. So I've got to destroy that one, but I'm also going to get rid of the threats. And that one's down. Okay, so we've got that one down, and then we can still actually fire at this one as well. Now we have limited ammunition with this as well. Like in this case, I've got like I've got ammunition down through here as well. I've got a bag of them, so I do have some extras. Just going to move this one across. Now the range on this, range 7. So 1, 2, yeah, should be okay. In fact, I can even hit that one from here. So I will actually fire at this one. I'll just bring this one down. This one doesn't actually have any armor. That was good. We had a critical hit there. And bring this one across. Actually, do I have a third one? Yeah, I do. So we're down to half. He's down to half points. This one over through here did actually have the healing, but I think that that's now been used up. Just get her ready. Right, we'll just end our turn here. The fights are fairly quick. Yeah, so he's now in a dangerous position. We're still taking armor. So they're going to go after our commander. Oh, they just healed that one up. They still do have healing. Okay, well what we have now is we do actually have some abilities here for us to hit this one again. So let's just keep on going. Now that was 0 plus 3. We will now be using the other grouping. And we're down to 2, so we can't do anything else there. That was another critical hit. Parried, so he parried it with his sword. And that one came through and with another 6. So we've now got our 2 melees. We do actually have special abilities as well, by the way. I've got things, for example, like covering fire, which I won't bother using in here. I just wanted to give you an idea of what this thing actually does, or shield bash. So he's got a shield, reaches the chosen enemy and strikes it with a shield, dealing, I think that's unknown damage. The target gets pushed away 2 tiles. On collision with map objects, target gets confused and is hit for another lot of damage. I think I could actually do it from here if I wanted to, but I'm thinking I'm just going to come into this side here. We end up using 3 of our movement points to move into here. If I move into there, I end up with, that's 5 action points remaining. I've only got 1 movement point left over at that point. This is 6. I need 12 left over to have 2 shots. So if I move to there, I get 2 shots. So let's just go and do that. And then we'll have a hit. This is 77% chance of hitting. 14 damage, and this one should then be the kill. There we are. That's the leader down, and that gives us the win in the tournament. So that's just sort of how that one does work. Yay us. So that's sort of the way it does work. So it's an interesting combat. There's actually a fair bit of more nuance than what I could actually really sort of show there with the way it sort of does work. It's pretty cool, I've got to say, just in the way that the battle system does work. It's nice and fast, so you can see there it doesn't take that long to actually play that battle out. The other thing, of course, you can then go and do is to go back into your battle crews, and so, for example, sort of set up like a team. If we go to create, back in through here, for example, you've got the races, the emblem, the banner color, the battle size points, you know, from 12 down to 400. If you go and create it, so I'll just call this one test 1. I often just call them that as I'm sort of just trying to get things used to it. And then you just add your characters in. So if we go into here, for example, we had started off with a veteran, but we have different, like the Baron is the most expensive at 120. I'll just bring a couple in just so you can sort of see them. If we bring a veteran in, and if we bring in, say, a blade dancer and a trapper as an example. So these come in, but without any weaponry. And so we've used up a fair bit of the points already. Like we've used up half the points, 200 points. If I then go and click on these different characters, we then also, similar to the other game, is we then can sort of boost the different points. We've got a learning pool of 40 in this instance that I can then start to use just amongst these different points. These will then impact what happens into here, like with accuracy. But before we do that, if I just go and very quickly sort of deck it out, certain things we can't use if we don't have, like this one, for example, requires 5 defense and 8 agility, and we don't actually have the agility to do this. We've only got 6 agility, but chainmail requires 8 defense and 5 agility, so this is more about defense. And so in this case I can use chain, scale, or plate armor, which will then chew up extra points. So if I go and place plate armor on his head, that's then going to start to increase the things. This is heavy armor. So we start to see the building up of things in through here. So there's a fair bit of nuance with the way it works. If I just go and get plate braces, plate armor. This, you'll also notice that there should be a AP modifier of -3. Whatever the biggest grouping is will then affect your action point penalty, which means I've got less action points. And then just the legs. If I go and grab those, that's another 40 for me to deck him out in armor. So if I go and put that one through there, he's now worth 130 points, and we're now at 240. Main hand, I then actually have to figure out what sort of weapon I want him to actually have. So if I go and, for example, grab a claymore, this one's going to deals 35 to 40 damage plus 100% of strength. Costs 10 action points to attack. So the action points means I'm only going to get 1 attack with that. If I go with something that's got less, that's 8 action points. That's something I could actually make use of. Let's grab a broadsword. In the offhand, we've got different things like different shields and things like this as well. So another 21 points. Now we can see through there that the our dodge ability is very, very low, but our shield ability is up. So we've got this other side of things in through there. The action points, we're 15 here, but we're -3. And if I wanted to use this one twice, if I'm standing next to somebody, I'm going to need 16. I'm going to need 19. So I'll just boost that one up. So I'll get that one to 19 points. We're now at 29 points. I'll just go and save that one. So this is sort of how you build up your crew. Just adding bits and pieces to them until you've got something that you're happy with. Now that would be the minimum of what I'd be wanting for that character, or then go to the next character, do the same sort of deal. They don't have to have any sort of armor if you don't want them to. They can be left very, very weak with just certain abilities. There's a lot of scope with this, which is quite interesting. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. I've gone for over 35 minutes, which I was meant to do it. I want this to be just a 10-minute video. Anyway, that's the announcement, but it's also just a bit of an overview of the actual game itself. I hope that helps, and I hope to see you on the 11th for you guys, for most of you guys, the 12th if you're in Australia, and I hope that sort of timing just gives you a bit of a feel as to when you can sort of come and join in the fun on twitch.tv/DasTactic. That's actually where it's going to then be. That will be the place to be. Okay, I'll catch you then if you're around. Thanks for watching.